Hi, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Delilah. Nice to meet you. I'm currently down over 240 pounds. 120 of those pounds was done on my own prior to a 1-year stall, which led me to get some medical diagnoses, allowing me to begin the homeboy Mounjaro. Since beginning the homie, I have been able to get the ball rolling again on my weight loss and lose an additional 120 pounds. I do have around another 120 pounds muscle menos that I would like to lose in order to get to my goal of 125 to 135 pounds. I am only 5'2", so I'm fun size. Fun size people need fun sizes. But okay, you guys, I have an appointment with the new psychiatrist. My old psychiatrist retired, so I have to get started with the new one. But while I do that, salud. This is my coffee enema special. I am still dealing with some constipation. I don't believe that I'm still dealing with the steroid constipation, but I am still dealing with the constipation from Ajovy. But what I did was I made the Mexican hot chocolate protein powder that I have. I did that with water, and then I did about 4 ounces of milk, and I added in the 3 doses of the Miralax, and then I added in a dose of, or I guess 1 serving of the Nespresso dehydrated espresso. I put in 3 shots of espresso. And then I use some, I don't know if you can see this. It's already melting though. I use some 0 sugar Ready Whip, Cool Whip inside. It's pretty good. It's a little, it does leave a little bit of a film on your tongue. I think that's the Miralax because there's so much of it in there, but it is what it is. I am very, very close to being near I am incredibly close to my lowest adult weight that I've ever been, which is 235 pounds. I have never in my life been able to lose more than 120 pounds on my own. And I just realized that last week or the week before, every single time I've ever lost weight on my own, I've always been about 300 pounds, right? 296 to 300. I never went over 300 for the majority of my life, right? Until I hit about 25. Then I would go back and forth between 295 and about 320. And that was when I had, that was the first time I had ever been dealing with not working because I had bilateral carpal tunnel issues and my hands were pretty much useless. So I wasn't working. That caused me to go into not only a depression, but I am an emotional eater. So I turned to food. I had nothing else to do all day. So I turned to food. This is somebody who went from working 2 to 3 full-time jobs since I was 16 because I got my GED when I was 16. So I went straight into the workforce. Since then, I had been working 2 to 3 full-time jobs for years. At this point, at least 10 years. And suddenly I don't have anything to do with my time. So I filled it with food. And doing that brought me up to about 325 pounds. So for the first time in my life, I was more than 300. And it was very, very difficult. But every time that I would lose weight, I'd never been able to lose more than 120 pounds. You guys, I'm sorry, my head hurts. I'm going to take this is my abort medication for migraines. I suffer with chronic migraines, and last night my head started hurting, and I think it was because I spent 13 and a half hours working yesterday, and during that time, can't get it out, and during that time, I had to do a lot of calls, so my headset sticks to my head really awfully, and it hurts so bad. By the end of the day, like I still can feel like I have my headset on right here, right above my ears. It's terrible. And I think it just triggered something. But okay, so I've never been less than 235 pounds in my life, and I've never been able to lose more than 120 pounds of my own. I've never really thought about it. I just realized it not too long ago. And now I'm down 240 plus pounds. And it's like, where do we go from here? I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm at a loss for words, and that is rare for me to be. So, let's just get right into it. I was last week 238.2 pounds. What am I this week? What am I this week? 236.9 pounds. I had to do that new pencil. 236.9. That is a loss of 1.3 pounds this week. I'll take it. I'm pretty happy with the weight that I've lost in the last 2 weeks because I have been very constipated. But, you know, I'm still a very obese person. So for me to have slower weight loss is concerning to me. But on the other hand, my body's been doing this for 3 years. She's tired. I'm going to give her a minute. I'm going to give her a minute. And it is what it is, right? So I am going to see a new psychiatrist today, and I am hoping that they will be able to prescribe me Vyvanse. They did say that I need to have proof of a prior diagnosis, which I don't have because I can't find my paperwork. I might have it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And so they said in order to prescribe a controlled substance, I have to have proof. And I don't know what else to do, except I thought, hey, you know what? I could call my pharmacy and see if they could print out my paperwork for the prescriptions that I've gotten. And I asked them, will a printout of my prior prescriptions that include Concerta work? And Concerta is a medication for ADHD. I don't believe it has any other uses. I don't believe it has any other uses, but I don't know. I am not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I have no clue. All I know is that I was prescribed Concerta for my ADHD. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I've been on Ritalin. I've been on Adderall. I've been on, I don't even remember. That was so many years ago. The Concerta was not that many years ago. It was about 3 years ago, because it was when I very first started this part of my journey, right? And so I have noticed a lot more difficulty. I went off medication because I decided that I was going to try to do all of my mental health therapy. Let's just call it clean, right? And so that I could actively work through things in a way that I didn't think being very medicated would allow me to do. So that was what the plan was with my therapist and my psychiatrist at the time. And, I was supposed to pick up Vyvanse and just have it just in case. But the reason I never did was because it was in a shortage and it was very, very difficult to get at that time. And so every time I would try to get it filled, they didn't have it. So I ended up letting the prescription expire and I just never picked it up. And now I feel like I'm having more difficulty concentrating. I'm having a lot more incidences where I am becoming more and more forgetful. I am getting on my own nerves with how just much my brain is just constantly moving, right? Like I can't turn it off. I need a break sometimes from myself. And so in order for me to do that, I am going to try to go back onto Vyvanse go to Vyvanse and see what happens. Since I've never used that, I don't know if I will hate it. We're going to find out. Yeah. So that's what I am doing today. After that, I've already had my dietitian appointment this morning. Now I have this appointment, and then I have to contact my doctor's office and try to get another appointment so that I can do some paperwork, because I'm trying to get accommodations with my work in order to get a different headset due to my migraines. Because we are supposed to only use what is issued to us, and that is what was issued to me. And if they won't let me buy my own, then they could buy me one, right? So that's what I'm gonna do today, and then tomorrow I have to go turn in my computer and an internet box, right? It's just part of the computer, and I have to go turn those two pieces in, and they're issuing me new ones because mine, something's wrong with them, and they keep disconnecting to the internet. I don't know what's going on, so they're picking those up for me, or they ordered them for me, and I have to go pick them up at the airport. So I'm actually going to go do that tomorrow, because this is the first week that I have both days off, and I decided not to pick up hours because I had too many things to do today and tomorrow. But I was supposed to do meal prepping today. I was supposed to film a few videos today, but I don't have it in me because my head hurts so bad. But it's not a migraine. It is not a migraine. It is just, there's incredible pressure right here, and it feels like my head's in a vice. Last night I was getting it right here, and then it was coming behind my eye. And that is the beginning of either a migraine or cluster headaches for me. But the behind the eye has gone away, luckily. And hopefully it doesn't return. So for now, I'm just going to try. You can take one right now, and then in 2 hours, I could take another one if I need to. And I'm going to go grab a naproxen, because that's what my neurologist has me doing. He has me taking a EGDBLB and a naproxen together. And since I started the once monthly Ajovy, I have not had instances of nausea with the migraines and the headaches, which used to be one of the precursors. So what I was supposed to do before was take, it's Reglan basically, right? So it's an anti-nausea medication. I was supposed to take that, lie down for 20 minutes, let it kick in, and then take the medication, because what my neurologist believed what was happening and why it wasn't working for me anymore was because I couldn't control the vomiting. Because once the nausea would come, I would take Zofran, and it didn't work for me, and I would just start vomiting. And because of that, I would be vomiting my pills, and it didn't have a chance to do what it needed to do because it was no longer in my system. So I was supposed to start doing that. But ever since I think my second dose of Ajovy, I have not gotten nauseated with migraines, even if I get a migraine, and I do get them still. But even if I get a migraine, I'm not getting that right now. And that's amazing. I'll take it. And I'm super happy about that. But for now, I'm just going to go take care of that. Maybe I will try to pick up some hours in the morning if there's any available. I don't know what's going on with airports, flights, planes in the sky, air traffic control, government shutdown. It's very concerning. And it's really hard to work through it because people don't understand that it's not our fault, right? We are the airline that you have chosen to fly with, but we don't have control over what the government mandates us to do. We don't own the skies. We don't own the airports. We don't own the air traffic control. We do not have the ability to simply say, this flight is scheduled, we are going to do it, period. The amount of fines that are being issued to any airline that is not doing what the FAA has mandated are ridiculous. It's something like $75,000 for every flight every day from every airport on top of that. And of course, there's lists of how many flights per airline have been canceled. And a lot of people don't understand, like they'll see Southwest and they'll see Frontier and Spirit that have minimal cancellations. And they're like, why is it that the bigger airlines, the more what's known as legacy airlines in the US, why do they have so many more cancellations, right? And people are wondering, oh, how come they get to? And it's because they don't have as many flights. They never had as many flights to cancel in the first place because they just didn't have as many aircraft in the sky. So people are not understanding that it's not our fault. There's nothing we could do. We cannot force the government to allow us to allow the aircraft to travel. So I'm very sorry if your plans are being affected by this, and I'm very sorry if your flights are affected by this, but it is not our fault. And please try to understand that it is not TSA's fault. It is not the airport's fault. It is not the gate agent's fault, the ticket agent's fault. It is not the reservation's fault. It's not the pilots or the flight attendants. It is none of our faults. We are simply doing what we are mandated to do. And I'm very sorry if that messes up your plans. It messed up ours too, right? Because we don't want to have to do that to anybody, but we can't control it. It's not within our control. We can't control it. And I'm very sorry that it's even happening in the first place. But because of that, it's been very difficult to even work because it's been insane. It's been so busy. And I feel like I'm just drowning right now in all of these people and myself and in my brain. And I said, I can't do this anymore. I need to do something in my head, right? And my head needs to have something done. So I decided I'll go see a psychiatrist again. So that's what I'm going to do. Hello, I'm back for a quick update. I went to the new psychiatrist today, and he agrees that my ADHD symptoms can be better managed with Vyvanse. So that is being sent over to the pharmacy, and yay. And hopefully I'll stop, I don't know, hopefully my memory will get better and, those kinds of things. And then we are changing my sleeping meds. I'm going to go off of trazodone, and I'm going to move over to Remeron. He says that it should help me to be able to fall asleep, because that's my problem, falling asleep. Once I fall asleep, now that I no longer have a uterus, I'm not constantly waking up throughout the night to have to pee. So once I finally do fall asleep, I am able to get longer, uninterrupted sleep, although it's still not a lot. I still get somewhere around 4 hours a night. My biggest problem is that I go to bed and I start laying down around 9 or 10 p.m. I don't fall asleep until about 11, if I'm lucky, by 12. And I get up at 3:15 in the morning. So I don't get a lot of sleep. And I'm thinking that some of the issues that I am having is because of my lack of sleep or my lack of quality sleep. But hopefully this is going to help, and then we'll go from there. But that's the update. Just wanted to update you, let you know what's going on. They said that because it's a controlled substance, or because it's a stimulant, then somebody doctor has to sign off, and that will happen on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So I won't actually get my prescription until tomorrow, but still, that's okay. But the other medications I could pick up today. I would love to hear all about how your week is going, good, bad, ugly. Let's go ahead and leave it in the comments, along with let's go ahead and leave a book emoji in the comments today. We are working on our second book, so I'm calling it Chapter 2 of the book club. It's Let Them by Mel Robbins. And Felicia Marie B, this channel right here, she is doing one chapter. She did the first chapter, and then I will do the second chapter on Saturday, 2 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern time on Saturdays, I believe. We're just going to read the book together and discuss it and see what we've gotten from it, what you've gotten from it. We will just share insights that we are getting from it. And it's been really good. We did The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, or the first chapter, right? The first chapter of the club. And now we are doing Let Them for the second chapter. I don't know what the third chapter will be. We're going to have to look at options. But if you guys have a book that you are interested in looking at or doing together as a book club, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to look into it, and we could set up a poll and see where we'll go from there. I do hope you guys are having an amazing day. Go ahead and drop it in the comments down below, along with a book, emoji is just something fun we like to do around here, and I don't know, I just like to see it. But I'm going to give you your digital hugs, and I will see you soon. Bye.